What's going on, guys? It's Chandler here at the channel, coming back to you guys again with another video. This week we'll be going over something I recently purchased, and that is a magnifier to set with my holographic sight, and that is the Holosun HM3X 3x magnifier for red dots and holographics. Wanted to see what Holosun's offering was all about, and I've heard good things, so let's check it out. First and foremost, at any point in the video, if you like the content you see and want to see more from us, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button down below. Hit us with a comment and we will make sure to reply as soon as we can. Followers of the channel will know that I currently own a EOTech 512 that sits on top of my AR-15. I like the EOTech a lot, but I wanted to have something on there that I could reach out a little farther distance. Even though the EOTech is known as the king of CQB optics, I wanted to have something that I could put behind it that I would have the option of flipping to the side or bringing forward to switch between some magnification if I wanted to. That way I could sort of get the best of both worlds. When I looked into the magnifier situation, of course, you've got the big player EOTech that makes the G33 that costs around $500 to $600, and I didn't really want to drop that kind of money right now, but I still wanted to have a decent go-to magnifier option. But I obviously ended up going with Holosun's offering from this. You know, on the channel, we are huge fans of Holosun, and I wanted to see if their magnifier stood up to the same sort of standard. Alright, so here we are on the overhead just to do a quick unboxing of what you'll get in the package if you do pick up a Holosun HM3X 3x magnifier. Holosun, pretty plain box. They've got all their boxes the same. Pop that open. Got your little user manual with all the characteristics and stuff. We don't really need that. Nice little foam pad above it, and then of course you get yourself a flavor saver in there. Don't enjoy it all at one time. Of course, you've got your clean cloth, then your two mounting screws for the riser, I believe, and of course the magnifier itself, which has a QD system to attach to rails, and then of course flips over as well. And then other than that, we've got the riser for if you want to do a lower 1/3 co-witness instead of a true co-witness. And you've got the adjustment tool and wrench for the mount screws, as well as these adjustments to center the magnifier as well. Pretty standard stuff, nothing real fancy in the box, which we've come to love from Holosun. Going over the quick view of the magnifier itself, you've got an adjustment knob on the back that unscrews, and is a little adjustment tool. This tool will adjust your up, down, and left, right in order to center the magnifier to the optic, so that when you look through the magnifier, when it is up, it centers in your field of view. Now, I've only ran this a little bit, so I haven't really adjusted this much, but other than that, that's about all the features. You've got your quick release and security there. It does mount on a standard 1913 rail, and then flip to the side. It does flip to the right. However, obviously, if you took it off and mounted it backwards, you could flip it to the left as well. Here we have my AR, which of course is clear and always going to be in a safe direction. Since the Holosun is a QD mounting system, it is very easy to get that mounted and dismounted from your optic platform if you need to. This has a lever on the side. Press the button in, it lifts off the lever, and it is ready to mount. From there, take your AR and of course your magnifier, find your clear rail space, latch that down, and you are set to go. And then obviously, once you're using this and switching it between magnified and unmagnified, all it takes is a simple flip over. Now what we'll do is go through a quick feature list that this Holosun HM3X has to offer. The magnifier itself, of course, does have the QD mount on the bottom that allows for quick attachment and detachment to rail. It does not do anything aside from magnify your optic. It doesn't change the zero of it or anything like that. So this is a 3x magnifier from Holosun. At 100 yards, it has a field of view of 37 feet. The glass has anti-reflective coatings on both sides to keep from glare appearing in the optic. Holosun states that the magnifier is waterproof, shockproof, and fogproof. The housing is made of aluminum. As I mentioned previously, you can set this up in an absolute co-witness or a lower 1/3 co-witness as well, due to the different riser plates that you can have on there. I was comparing this magnifier with a few others in the industry, like the EOTech G30 and the Vortex 3x magnifier as well. They all are sort of in that $200 price range, so I figured they'd be a good comparison for each of them. They each have their strengths and their weaknesses, and the main reason I went with the Holosun is because of the QD mount, the ease of the flip mount, and the glass quality. I didn't see any reviews where anybody complained of the glass quality on any of them. However, the main appeal to the Holosun was the flip to the side and QD system combo, because the EOTech G30 has a QD system that is very similar to this, but it has no flip mount. And the Vortex has a flip mount that can be set up to either flip to the right or the left. However, instead of locking, or it is a friction locking, so where there's no button that you have to press to flip it, you just grab it and move it, similar to how the EOTech G33 is laid out. The Vortex has a button that, depending on how you lay it out, when you flip the magnifier, if you have it flipped to the right instead of to the left, the button will be in a very odd position. It will be very difficult to flip, at least from what I read. Now, what do we think of the Holosun flip to the side 3x magnifier? Well, so far it seems to be of the quality that the rest of Holosun's optics hold their standard to. Obviously this is a lot simpler, it's just a magnification tube. But some of the big things I was worried about after a day at the range, at first, at least on first impression, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a big deal. The big thing that a lot of people always say is EOTech is one of the best companies to go through for glass clarity. And owning one myself, it's hard to disagree with that statement. However, this magnifier did not seem to compromise the clarity of the EOTech whatsoever. There's no hue to it, crystal clear, and I was able to see things very well. The eye relief is also something I was worried about after reading some reviews on the Vortex. However, after a day at the range, it takes a little bit to get used to, but by the end of the day, I was going through reps on using the magnifier, and I was finding that eye relief very easily to get into, and the use of the flip mechanism also came not second nature, and it took a little bit to get through, but I was getting more used to it as the day drew on. I didn't really have to do any adjustments to get into the center field of view. Once I mounted this right behind my EOTech, it lined up perfectly, and I could see the crisp EOTech circle dot in the optical window, and I just was good to go from there on. So overall, this magnifier, in my experience, is very easy to use, very easy to dive into, and is packed full of features that the competition either lacks in certain departments in the same price range, or you have to go up another tier in price range from more of the affordable to the military spec like the EOTech G33. Keep in mind that this is a $200 magnifier, and that EOTech is absolutely tried and true, bulletproof, duty proven, and those are going to be in two way different wheelhouses, at least from what I've heard. I've never seen a G33 or used a G33. That's just from what standard that I've seen in the EOTech optic. I'm sure their magnifiers hold up to the same standard. So it's looking like this Holosun magnifier may be one of the best options for a budget magnifier that is in around that $200 range. We will have a more in-depth review of this to come. However, this has just been a first impressions overview and unboxing of it. With that, that is going to about do it for this video, guys. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed the content. If you have any comments, questions, or snide remarks about the Holosun, go ahead and leave them down below. Do you have one? Is it a good quality magnifier? We're gonna find out. We're gonna put it through a test, as we always do. So look forward to the HM3X review in the future. As always, stay tuned to the channel for more content like this. This has been Chandler with Range Day, where every day is Range Day. Have a good one, guys. This is not... How about the same ones that we fixed over there? Or I had the same ones, I bought them all at the same time, but... Why?